So when you begin to delegitimize their election by boycotting, you are sending one single message to say, you see this section of this country, this section of this society, they have a single demand that they won't participate in anything about this whole rot anymore until a date for national conversation that will start with a proposed new constitution. Now, you can do that as a pressure. Do you understand? So that is why I personally will say, when people say they want to sit at home, I won't sit inside my house. I know they go anywhere today. It is my right. Why should that offend you? Of course, I can sit and say, okay, in solidarity with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I want to sit at home. Yeah. It is your right. It is nobody or anybody, any government's right to come into your home and then attack you for not going out. Do you know that? But you know, the government is always the aggressor. I will say it again. Don't be one too. It is also wrong to say, if them burn you well, come out tomorrow. That is called excessive. And you are what? You have become, or you will be becoming what you are condemning. So I am not somebody like, I kind of like a way of getting you to know why you are choosing something. And maybe that is why it can be slower getting to people. But when I get to people, they are indeed more educated and enlightened about the situation they are much interested in. Self-determination. We want to change how people see it. We want to change how people discuss it. We want you to begin to understand that as much as it is your right, it is also the right of others to say no. You need to know that. When you say, oh, why don't we go this way, right? And they say no. Now it is now left for you to do the job of conversion. You convert them. You can do that. I've had many people converted on this platform on so many occasions. That's why I don't rule people out completely. When people disagree with you today, it may be based on what they have and based on the information they have access to now. Do you know that? People can say, I don't want to be part of that. This is the right one. Yeah, it may be based on the information they have access to. Meanwhile, you have access to more information that could help them, rather than get angry that they can't see things. Are they blind? Are they deaf? Are they this? Or you know what I mean? Just open a line of communication, because you see the characters that are working about with a bullion van, that are working about with fraudulent fake promises, those ones that have been failing them again and again and again. There was never a time that they have ever given up on the people they have impoverished for so long. So everything you see around in Nigeria today, the poverty, the insecurity, the incompetence, the greed among the ruling class and the rest, they are all deliberate. Do you understand that now? They are not coincidence, like, oh, they happened by misfortune. No. They are all deliberate. They are man-made. But to those who are in the know very well, we know why some of them are doing it. If you see politicians who are pro-Nigeria, they are not doing it because they love Nigeria. It's because that's how they can get their own cash out. And as long as they are getting the cash out, most of the time, they don't give a damn about what happened after, or what happened to people, the consequences of that. Same thing in Yoruba land. They want to be governors. They want to be senators. They want to drive latest automobiles. They want to live in the latest mansion. Travel the latest in the latest private jet and all of that at the people's expense. So if Nigeria should remain one to afford all of that, of course, they will want Nigeria to remain one. But gradually, the veil is falling off these days. And until these guys are completely neutralized from our different regions, from our different geopolitical zones as it is, except they are completely neutralized, my brothers and sisters, their Nigerianness will continue to rubbish, will continue to rubbish your own indigenousness, okay? So, Tifnumbu and fake Pastor Ruga, they have taken their 2-horse battle to the next level. Tifnumbu returned back to Nigeria, right? and then he received the 100 million naira purchased presidential form that they gave to him. Fake Pastor Ruga himself also got some group of people who also bought the form for him as well. So now everybody, they drop 100 million, like say, Baba, they're saying are doing so for APC right now. Everybody is drawing 100 million naira, like say person just a drop 10 naira, 20 naira inside the church offerings, or when you are or the mosque offering. That's how greedy. And meanwhile, another thing about the characters who want to be your president is to tell you how degenerated Nigeria has become now, especially how sunk the bar has become since Boko Haram and APC since they came on board, and since what they've done, so to say. So 100 million here, 100 million there, too much money. Yeah, below. I had to actually reach out to Nwazurike, ladies and gentlemen. The same Nwazurike that wanted to come to prominence again after the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's extraordinary rendition. Nwazurike of Masob. You remember Masob? The kind of characters that always make it, make it a little bit hard for some people to accept the, the message of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu wholeheartedly. This guy, Nwazurike, it was all about it was all about Biafra. He was even arrested by the Obasanjo. They kept him in jail. When he came out, he just became stupendously rich. Maybe not rich, but he's got this amazing money that he got from these rogues. That in fact, at some point, he became so jealous of Nnamdi Kanu, and he said he was going to kill him. In fact, he said, if he wanted to kill Nnamdi Kanu, he would have killed Nnamdi Kanu on the day of Nnamdi Kanu's wedding. Baba, the 100 million of APC, it don't cross border to the point that even when people are saying that if Nigeria is to heal from what the damages and the division that Nigeria is suffering from, that they should let the next president of Nigeria come from Eastern Nigeria, and a president of Igbo extraction, right? Nwazurike, Rafaeli, Nwazurike decided to say Igbo presidency is nonsense. Biafra is dead. Yeye Bello for president. Ladies and gentlemen, waiting money no fit do. Like I say, no exist.
Ladies and gentlemen, today is 30th of April 2022. The Igbo leader, Chief Dr. Nwazurike, is calling on the entire Nigerian youth to rally around in support for the presidency of a youthful leader in person of Executive Governor of Kongi State, Yahaya Bello, to take over the affairs of Nigerian leadership. And that is His Excellency, the Igbo leader, holding a rally at the capital of Imo State, Owerri, calling for a support for a youthful leader to take over the affairs of the Nigerian state. To that effect, is asking the Nigerian youth to rally around and support the Executive Governor of Kongi State, His Excellency Yahaya Bello, that the youth can also lead Nigeria, that the future of Nigeria belongs to the youth, to end banditry, to end criminality, to end unemployment, and for the youth to take over the future of Nigeria, that a youthful person should take over the affairs of Nigeria. And today we are bringing you live transmission BT Africa from the capital of Imo State, Owerri, live. We are reporting from Owerri, informing the people on what is happening here today. Today, the Igbo leader is calling for a maximum support for a youthful person to take over the affairs of Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, today is 30th April 2022. Stop calling my name.
That was Oweri 2 days ago. So somebody said that he's called Nwazurike. Sorry, my brother. I just pronounced the way it's kind of written, and sometimes, 1 million man march for Yeye Bello. The man that is owing workers more than 6 years salary, owing pensioners more than 10 years pension and gratuity. But what 100 million naira APC Egbekegbe presidential form cannot do, Baba, it be like say no exist. Just the same way, the Wike in Rivers always brag and goes about doling out River State money, dashing that out while the pensioners are living in squalor, unpaid gratuity. But who is Wike? Like Yeye Bello. Wike is a Father Christmas in this political abracadabra of this year 2023. So this is how much he's been doling out since he's planned to become maybe president too in Nigeria. Theater of absurdity. You know what they call him? There's also another one. Malamu, the Attorney General of Nigeria. The Attorney General of Nigeria, yeah? Abubakar Malamu. They sent us, well, I got one. Let me see if I still have that. Yeah, this one. That's the picture of the GLK. Avina SELK, Avina G, what did they call up, because your Attorney General of Nigeria has made so much money, stolen so much, that he started giving cars, expensive automobiles to APC delegates in order to become the governor of Kebbi State. These are the characters that are angling to be like Nigeria's next president. So tell me something I don't know. But somebody said when they would do the APC Egbekegbe's screening, presidential screening, they are going to ask everybody, every aspirant, to hold a glass of water for 2 minutes. Anyone who can hold anybody who cannot hold the water, the glass of water for 2 minutes, is not going to be considered as physically fit. As soon as send me this one.
Sit down. I'm begging you. I'm begging you to tolerate. I beg peace. Part of your master plan. You be there. And yes, I told you. I've been a youth. And I'm a youth.
Why is it you too? So they said they would tell them to hold a glass of, like my tea like this. They will say, just continue talking, hold it for 2 minutes. So why do you want to be president, this and that and all of that? Just hold it too. So that it's not like that. We don't want you to, you know what I mean? See, it's terrible anyway. So health-wise, well, it's a joke anyway, it's a joke. Okay? No, I don't want people who actually are, who are suffering from this type of medical conditions to take offense, okay? Well, the point there is that if you have a father, yeah, if you have a father, or if you have a grandfather who is having such medical conditions that he needs to take care of himself, would you say he should go and run to be president of a country? Like normal, would you? So don't take offense, okay? Because I know people suffer this. It's a medical condition that Tinubu shouldn't be running to be president of a country. He should be running to become the class captain, the house captain in old people's home, where they will be sending his children, grandchildren to come and play with him twice a week. But here you are. That is the person who wants to be the president of the country of 210 million people. So that is also where the problem is as well. Do you understand? So don't take any offense, because some of these, you know what I mean? Some of these people who are also challenging Tinubu, that's part of what they are saying. They said that he's so greedy and selfish that he just wanted to be president. And do you really think that even if you are pro-Nigeria, if you are one Nigerian, do you really think your future should be gambled the same way you gave it to Bokwari to gamble with your future? Well, you are used to gambling. Your parents and every people before us as well, they've gambled, because they gambled on these rogues, and they got scammed and they're burnt. However, Pastor Ruga said, forget about Tinubu. It's a greedy old person. I would do better. Oh yeah, what do you get for us, Pastor Ruga? Number one, I will stop everybody singing about NEPA, no NEPA, no NEPA, no light, no light. I will stop that one. Number two, I have gained 7 years experience with Bokwari, 7 years of poverty, 7 years of mass killings, 7 years of education destruction, 7 years of destruction of the health sector, 7 years of poverty and the capital of poverty of the world today, 7 years of the capital of terrorism in Africa, and then second in the world. So he said he's gained so much. Capital of corrupt people, 7 years of grooming and raising and then graduating thieves. Pastor Ruga don't gain experience, and that experience is what is bringing to move this country forward, to change the fortune of the people, to give you electricity, to give you petrol, and to give you thinking that we are forgotten when all of them turned their musicians not long ago.
We will work with you to build a Nigeria that is not corrupt. I bring you a message of hope.
We are going to spend a lot of resources on education.
So what is it they want to say again that they have not said? I mean, they didn't say 7 years ago, except this one, that he is even dissing. He's dissing his own boss, Bokwari. I won't spend years thinking about what to do.
Or aspirant who on day one can hit the ground running, who on day one knows what to do, who will not spend another 2 years trying to decide what to do. That person is your son, Oloye or Osinbajo. That is that person. If there is anyone who can, and that is the
Unfortunately, the damages have been done. So we are now into our program. So we are going to take a break. It's important before we continue, okay? On YouTube, I've got a lot of my friends around tonight. So can you take a minute to drop your own offerings? You know what the offering is, yeah? If you haven't liked the video, you can take a moment and do that. If you haven't shared this broadcast, you can also take a moment and do that. A minute. So let's do that for now, and let's see how many of us will stop by to drop their own offerings before we continue. Would you? Go and call others too and tell them that Maigun is still here.
Tó jẹ́ pé inú wa sì dùn wípé Ọlọ́run bùkún ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wọn ti bá ọkàn wọn dá májẹ̀mú wípé ní agbára Ọlọ́run by 2000 AD òmìnira máa dé fúnlẹ̀ káàrọ̀ òmìnira. Èmi sì mọ̀ dájú wípé Ọlọ́run Oòduà, Ọlọ́run Ọ̀rànmíyàn, Ọlọ́run Ọbáfẹ́mi Awólọ́wọ̀, Ọlọ́run Adékúnlé Ajáṣin, amúwadé ilẹ̀ tuntun náà níbi tí ẹ̀gbin, ìyà àti ìrẹ́jẹ kò ní sí fún ọmọ káàárọ̀ òjíire mọ́. Tá bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ilẹ̀ ìlérí tí a fẹ́ lọ yìí, àwọn tí ọ̀rọ̀ òye wọ́n máa kù bí egbére. Lójú àwọn egbére tí mò ń wí, ó dàbí ẹni pé ohun ẹ̀yẹ ni kí ènìyàn máa wà nínú ẹ̀gbin, nínú ìyà, nínú ìrẹ́jẹ. A bá sì fojú wo, kì í ṣe àwa Yorùbá nìkan ni ìyà ń jẹ ní Nàìjíríà. Bí Yorùbá ti bọ̀ wọ́n ní àrùn tó ń ṣe ojì náà ló ń ṣọ̀ọ́dún. Ohun tó ń ṣe Abọ́yadé kọ́ o. Ìyà tó ń jẹ Ṣógbẹ̀yìn l'Abẹ́òkúta ń kọ́. Òun náà ló ń jẹ Súlè ní Kòńtàgò. Èmi tó bá ń pa ọ̀bá náà ní Adó-Èkìtì kọ́ tí ó yàtọ̀ sí èyí tó ń pa Ìkejùkù ní Abakaliki. Nígbà tí mo sọ Ìkejùkù ní ìsìn, mo wá rántí tí wọ́n láyé ló ń jẹ́ kí rántí o. Nígbà tí a wà ní Òbúgà, ẹ̀yin náà àti gbọ́ Olóyè Akíntọ́lá ló ń pè ọ́gà ní Òbúgà. Ó wá polongo ẹgbẹ́ NNDP lẹ́sà òkè ló ń bí ọjà wa ẹ̀kẹ́ tó bá ti kọjá ẹ̀sà wípé ẹ̀ lọ sókè lẹ́sìn. Ilé àwọn Ìkejùkù ló. Jẹ́mọ̀ àwọn aláìṣe action group àti NCNC àwa ni ọgbà àgbà yẹn ló bá kúkú mú ìgbé àti túkú ló bá pa pọ̀. Mi mọ̀ bóyá Bọ́lájí wà ní. Tí Bọ́lájí bá wà ní kó gbọ́ ilé yìí o torí tó bá di ọ̀rẹ́ mi á sọ fún ẹ. Chief Akíntọ́lá ó lọ sí òde. Ló wá ní wọ́n máa sọ men of integrity, men of integrity, bẹ́ẹ̀ làwọn kan wà ní tí wọ́n integrity o. Bọ́lájí ṣe fi gbọ́ ṣùgbọ́n yẹn Àkúrẹ́ ìlú àwọn olú àti fásọ̀rọ̀ ti lélẹ̀ ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ Chief Akíntọ́lá ló ṣe campaign. Gbogbo ẹni ọmọ òsì kò náwó sókè o. Gbogbo wọn náwó sókè. Gbogbo ẹni ọmọ òsì kò náwó sókè. Gbogbo wọn. Ọwọ́ ni mo ti ń bọ̀ ní mo rẹ́ ní ajá sí.
Cicero, I love that video. I don't know. I just love listening to it, honestly speaking. So thank you very much, everyone who still stayed back. So when the Tinubu of this world, when fake Pastor Ruga, Ikene Shatabandu of this world, when they finally meet their political Waterloo, they will no longer be able to deny their Yorubaness. But when they will come back, that is where you and I should be prepared for, because they are coming back. Put it that way. They will come back, and those who went with them, or those who are currently with them, they themselves are going to come back, though in shame, in a big disappointment, whichever one that comes first. So they will come back to accept that for so long that they have denied their true identity, they have caused a long generational damages to us as a people, because Nigeria is meant to be a project and Yorubas being part of it, like many others, have been so shortchanged, not by the system only, but by the people who claim to be speaking for us. Many of you are going to come public soon. I have heard those who have told me that the reason why they don't want to publicly identify with the Yoruba nation struggle is because of their businesses in Nigeria and then their political connection and this and that there. But if they have a means of supporting and promoting the advocacy, they will do it without asking questions. And that is the stage I said we are going to start bringing people out, not only when they put their money behind this noble cause. They are going to own it. You are going to own it. You are going to publicly talk about it, even if you don't agree with it yet. Because most of what you are putting your mind on, things you are hoping will happen. If they happen, it can switch or it can change things. They are not going to change anything. Listen, if they make a Yoruba man president in 2023, if they ever conduct any of their election and they say, oh, Yoruba man is the president, it won't stop. They continue their demand for the Yorubas to break away from Nigeria. Do you understand? If they make an Igbo man president of Nigeria in 2023, it will never, in fact, it will actually escalate, it will help it. Because you know what? A Yoruba president will never turn his gun easily on his own people, not like Bokwari, who was pretty much, or maybe I'm even wrong. But whatever it is, it will never stop the agitation, the demand. You know what? Because the system that prompted it is still going to exist. They are going to pretend to be fine-tuning it. But eventually the lies is going to be obvious. And whether a Yoruba president or whether a Igbo president, this is not going away. It's not going away. Because as long as we are still forcefully being kept as part of Nigeria with this, with this conditional part, which says our being part of Nigeria is not negotiable. Oh man, wait for it. So whatever you are building your hope on right now, maybe when an Igbo man become president, all these things will stop. You are deluded though. The only thing this whole thing will do for you is that it will just buy a little time. Once a Yoruba man, you see all these people shouting Yoruba, it's because they want to be president. They are working for Tinubu, this and that. Continue to live in your own delusional state of mind. But you are going to see all the reality soon. When all of this make up reality of yours to escape from the real thing, once they come to an end, you will come back to the real thing. We are going to break up and you are going to be part of it. Maybe not now, maybe not yet. Because you still have something you are clinging on to. Once a Jagaban become president like this, what's waiting be Yoruba nation call? Yoruba nation ni. Iwo, lenwe. Yoruba nation call Yoruba nation ni. Abi? Because of nǹkan tẹ́ gbójúlé nǹkan tẹ́ fi mind sí tẹ́ ń wò kó bóyá tó bá lọ work in your favor lásán. Kí ló ń jẹ́ Yoruba nation? Àbá gbàgbé Yoruba nation jọ gbàgbé. All those things you are putting your mind you are targeting. Once they blow up, boom, you will see anything anymore than what? Yoruba nation. And you will take it on. So people like me and people like other people like myself, we strongly believe that that is exactly a waiting game. We have been waiting for more than 3 years now for this moment. Waiting for extra weeks, extra months to arrive at it. It's not going to kill us. Because the reason why they are rejecting what is obviously should be their cardinal point, their campaign point, their reason why they want to say Yoruba should still be part of Nigeria should be what? Should be because of Yoruba first, Yoruba agenda, things that give Yoruba the autonomous power that we signed up for in 1957, 1960. Think about that. But for now, because of what they want to get, all those things don't matter anymore. They don't matter. Shall forget it. All of you don't understand. We need to this and that for those of them who want to be politically correct. All those things you are clinging on to as your excuse for why Nigeria should be won or should break up and what have you, they are coming to an end. When they come to an end, you will swell our rank. And once we get to that point, that you know that your 2023 is already planned, sealed, and delivered. You are just there to validate it, participate and validate it, and then, go and cry after that. Once you realize that as yourself, you're going to join us. Because this time around, it's not going to be like 2015. It's not going to be like 2019, where you have nothing to fall back on. After your disappointment, we will grab you. You will join this. You won't be part of any of their election. We will get to that part soon. The reason why when they say no election and you get triggered, or they say boycott election, you said, don't listen to them, go and get your PVC, go and get your PVC. You will begin to get those realities soon. And then gradually, you will begin to lose interest in that fraudulent election. Shebi na 2023 February, they won't do them. No be February next year. Aha! Just pray, say you live long and we all live long enough to see that February. Before that February, everything that is making you feel like Mayegun is talking nonsense. The Biafrans are stupid, they don't know what they are doing. You will begin to come to that time too soon. Peter Obi for president. If they don't give Peter Obi ticket last song, PDP should forget it. All of you, Sorosoke. 2 years ago or 2 years ago. Sorosoke are now shouting, get your PVC to go and jump up for Peter Obi for president, Atiku for president, what's it again? Tinubu, Osinbajo for president. Sorosoke championing killers like Osinbajo, Ikene Shatabandu that represent a killer government. I mean, you think say when we mention Buhari, we no go mention Bukwari. I mean, when we mention Bukwari, we no go mention Pastor Ruga. Killer government, but you are sparing them. Sorosoke, we know they take nonsense. This generation no go take. Sorosoke are now championing for Tinubu for president, Osinbajo for president, and the rest of that. They see you. But when you finally get to that part where you realize that Peter Obi no get tickets, you look around, they no give Tinubu tickets. Pastor Ruga self don't go dust his Bible. He won't go resume his scamming job, fake pastor. So all of you, where they build that Eldorado, you will begin to come out of them and you will begin to come to reality. So when you are coming down, we say, shall we not tell you? Now that this one don't enter, now that this one don't enter kosher, it don't enter voicemail. One day here, now Biafra. Shall you now know, say you be Biafran. Some of you will begin to admit that you are Biafran then. Some of you will begin to admit that you are actually Yoruba, and Yoruba is more important. But some of us will know you, and we say, you are welcome to the club. You are welcome to the family. So they are going to do their different primaries, abracadabra, this, different. A lot go happen. And I've told all of you, my friends, in the temple of truth, we are at the very critical stage of this mental revolution that we started 10 years ago. On Mayegun's Diary Politico, we do our best to feed the minds of the righteous with the righteous things, information that help and guide them against manipulators like this, those who play the card of tribe, religion, class, and every other thing they play. You don't play that with those on Mayegun's Diary Politico. You know why? Because they are spiritually, intelligently sound when it comes to the political happenings, the actors, their policies, the consequences of their actions that people never thought about before on this platform. People know better. And knowing better means you have to do a lot to manipulate them. In this regard, we knew a day will come, a day of reckoning. We had a name for that, and we even have a certificate for it. BLLB. Boshelo Loshebo. Now, when they come back this time around, they will be grabbed by this intelligence cause, this intelligence mission, this one that says, think about it. If you have a choice, if you can be part of the architects that will design the future that you, your children, the future they are going to feature in, be part of the architect of that. Of course, you will be interested, since the El Dorado you built with the criminals has gone up in smoke. So on this platform, I want to believe that waiting game, that waiting time, and the result time is here. So Mayegun, waiting you go do if they can't give Tinubu ticket, waiting I won't do. I will come back here again and tell you that you still have your last chance, you. This one now, like go be like say now Heartbreak Pro Max, you. If you still no agree, no wahala. Mayegun, shut up your mouth. Jagaba is our president. People will tell me, say make I shut up my mouth in 2014, 2015. Some of them are dead today. Some of them, majority of them are jobless today. Others have run away from Nigeria. Majority of them as well, they are now beggars on social media. So it's nothing to me if I'm trying to save you, give you an information that can help you make a decision that you are likely never going to regret. Do you understand? I've got nothing to lose directly per se. Mayegun, what if I become a PC candidate? I will come here again and say, hey, I am still calling on you. God love you. This temple, Babaji will love you. We are trying to save you, Neo. Call your what do you call it? Call your people and say Mayegun is only trying to save us. But if you think say it's a competition, ask those who told me at the time that I will regret that I didn't support APC, I didn't support Bokwari, I didn't support Tinubu. No be me regret. Now them can't regret now. They don't turn prayer warriors. National prayer warriors. God will shame you. We know, say, it's enemy of Nigeria that is not making Bokwari work. Go and call your people and tell them, just like I said the other time, I am only trying to save you. I've got nothing bigger or nothing really direct to lose. Again, make a drink water.
Che, help us, help us. There is God. There is God, God. God should descend, today God will descend here. Nigerian women will not cry in vain. Nigerian women will not cry in vain. This thing will end today. My sisters, if your child lost, will you stay and keep quiet? Will you people stay and keep quiet? The president now is calling you, come, I want to help you. You don't want to appear. Will you agree? No. Now the first lady is calling you, come, I want to help you. Come to find your child, your missing child. Will you keep quiet? Chai. There is God, oh. There is God, oh. The blood we are sharing, there is God, oh. 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 There is God.
So, if I say things that you probably should see clearly in your own way, but you probably don't, you only take the offense in it. That's your own, that's your own headache. It's not mine. But the point is this: you should not make those decisions and then turn around and say you didn't know or you thought they would be different. Waiting, they won't offer you. We go, they're different. Look at them. Look at all of them. Look at all the characters. Waiting, exactly. They won't offer you. So you don't do that and then turn around and say, we know that we always elect criminals. We know that we always elect rogues. We know we always elect thieves. But let us pray to God. You are Titani. You are telling, pray to God. Show Yahweh. You know that's like you are Italian. Pray to God. Pray to God. Do kiniye. You have thieves. You have rogues. You have career criminals. You have murderers. You have you have lawless people. You know them. You know the antecedent. You know what they have done. But you are giving excuses for them because you love your thieves. You love your oppressors. You love your criminals differently. Oh, he's a Yoruba man. I love my own criminal. He's a Yoruba criminal. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. Go and meet your own. Go and meet your own thief. Leave our thief alone. Now our thief. I won't weary. My friend, shut up your mouth. Go and talk about your own thief. This one, our own thief, is an Igbo thief. He's an Igbo thief. Why do you always talk about the Igbos, eh? Why don't you go and talk about the Yorubas? It's only the Igbos in Nigeria. You see, this is why I don't like all these Yoruba people. Mayegun, eh? Why don't you talk about that thief? This one, our own thief. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. Is that not what all of you are doing? Hey, Bayegun, shut up your mouth. You always talk about our leader. You don't have any respect. This blah 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 blah. Leave our thief alone. Leave our jihadi leader alone. Leave our, all those nonsense. I know that. I am so in the know of that. But I keep telling you that if you want to lead a better one, if you want to really keep your mental health in check, moderate, you must know that you can't love thieves and then expect them to turn good and turn around and say, let us just pray to God. So let's pray to God. Do you see? You say, Baba, show Yahweh, what it and pray to God. Hey, here, people. I just told Mayegun that let us pray to God. This Mayegun is evil. I said, let's pray to God. He said, which meeting concern God? So the guy said, not even believing. Is he saying that he's more powerful than God? You know, now so Nigerians, they do. Mayegun, are you saying that you are more intelligent than God? Are you saying that there's nothing God cannot do? Are you saying that God cannot touch that olofo? They don't dip your head inside that shit. You don't enter everywhere. You just spit out shit. That's what it is. You elected rogues. You campaign and defending thieves, murderers. You can't ask me stupid questions. Are you saying God cannot touch them? That's manipulation. You are manipulating yourself by using God. Only God knows, Baba. God, dude, it has nothing to do with God. And then someone will say, my friend, so you better wash your mouth. It's God that make leaders. And nobody they use voodoo on you. Nobody they use jazz on you. Now when I move away and escape to some extent from the real poverty, can you hear me? That was the moment I understood. I began to understand the spirituality that we make up in Nigeria and the spirituality that they say people should be searching for. You know, some people will say they are fulfilled. They just want to fulfill, they are searching for spiritual fulfillment. They travel far and wide to research, to connect to God, to connect to nature, to do all of that. That's spiritual. In Nigeria, now they make up our own spiritual thing. You say, my brother, if you are traveling abroad, don't show anybody your evil people there everywhere. You say, my sister, you are pregnant. Don't tell anybody. Evil people everywhere. Once they know, they have 4 eyes. Some of them have 16. They see your star. When you walk into a room, in your head like this, they just see the star. They see your future. They see everything. And they will just be like, because they get 4 eyes, they could just do like this, do like that. They'll just kill all of your future like that. They just kill it. You see, if you are, all those nonsense we make up in our head, and we actually live in them, they came from the background of long-time trauma that Nigeria has done to us. Poverty not be good to know. Trust me. It will make you think. And one thing about poverty is this as well. I don't wish it on anybody, right? Poverty can make you so creative. Do you know that? Poverty can get you to become so creative. You will become creative in your mind. You'll be building things in your mind, constructing things in your mind. Imagine I'm building, everything in your mind. Before you know it, you will begin to believe them. That's why you easily say, now the spiritual people, they destroyed that guy. He was the most brilliant guy in this. The guy just run mad. Now evil people. The church grabbed him. Church have, all those things. We made them. Now when I left Nigeria, I was able to differentiate between the spirituality in Nigeria and the true meaning of spirituality. That is why in Nigeria, your spirituality is embedded in fear. Say, hey, what happened? It's like I just see somebody enter this wall. Say, hey. Say, no wonder. My head is just swelling. My head is swelling. Did you see the face? Say, now just one small girl. He entered this world now. Say, Baba, let us pray. Let's hold your hand in the name of Father, in the name of Son, say, bring go and shalwala, yeah, just are you not feel like I want me all this evil spirit. It's all these things. They are similar to the nonsense that many of you always make up in your head when you are dealing with your rogues, because there are so many things that actually make that influence your decision. Religion, the characters, the spirituality, the this and that they will couple together, and above it all, the poverty. The poverty state of your mind. And we get a lot of people in that bracket. Honestly speaking, you will be scared. You elected rogues. You want to re-elect and give power to criminals, old and young, only to turn around later and say, God will judge them. Baba, God will judge them. God will judge them. Now, so your papa said till he get old. Now, so your mama said till he's old. She's old. Ask them. Maybe now when they get to heaven, they will tell them, say, we don't worry, we are waiting for Nigeria politician here. We'll deal with them. Suffer for what I may enjoy for heaven. Suffer for what I may enjoy for heaven. You know what I mean? You suffer for what? You go and enjoy forever. About which level now? Now for here we go sort everything. Okay? Because now when we get to this world, when we get to this life, now we discover how then they do for here, and now you go survive here. So every other thing you discover, or you probably read about heaven or this and that, you discover them when they give birth to us, when we got here. So to people like me, now when we get to that heaven or na air fire, I've been at any other place, na the rock planet or anywhere where they want to take us to. When we land there, we go resolve waiting we find there. Because now when we got to this world, now we face this whole wall. I don't know where are they. Inside as the egg inside my mama and everybody here. Now are they drag me. I open my eyes. They say I be Nigerian. So I didn't create this problem. I was born into it. Which means nobody should tell me to be patient. Say this one call, even though it don't shock you. Make her wait for heaven. Do you understand that? So don't elect rogues and then wait for them to be punished somewhere else. Why they punish you here? And they even send you quick to the place. Do you understand that? Don't mix God. Don't mix religion when we are dealing with these rogues. Don't ever do that. If you really want to get the clearer picture of what is wrong. You are not electing God. You are not defending God as the candidate of APC, God as the candidate of PDP. You are about to make the similar mistake that you've been making, hoping that something will happen, which we know nothing will happen. It will get worse and worse and worse until you come to time and say, Baba, I don't give up. Some people don't give up for the past 20 years. Do you know that? Some of us just they give up now. Some of you will give up tomorrow. Some of you now, at the end of this year, you go give up finally. Last, everybody will give up. So when everybody can't give up, we will come find our bearing. Take cutlass out. Start cutting them down. You know what I mean? We will get there. You will play a role there. You will get to a stage where you will no longer have to defend the rogues and criminals anymore. Because everything they've told you, every promises they've made, that they have breached. Imagine, 2020, Oshibade fake Pastor Ruga, they want to fix Nigeria. He said, I will fix Nigeria, I will fix electricity. That's the vice president of Nigeria right now. And you are jumping up and down. Like Obo. That just got gifted a banana. Or a bunch of bananas. Right? Anyway, we thank God for what we thank Olodumare. We thank the Alales. We thank all the being, supreme being, the physical and non-physical, those who have been guiding the spirit of those of us who have stood firm to tell you that nobody should discredit the campaign, the advocacy for self-determination, regional autonomy, and then everything that Yoruba says is Yoruba's agenda, Yoruba first. Every Yoruba sons and daughters should be interested and supporting that. That's exactly what people like us will continue to do, because until you know this, the mirage, the charade they're putting together for you will continue to deceive you, making you think that maybe, just maybe, that your maybe, and for 4 years they call so. For 4 years, maybe, before you know it, Take 8 years out of your own age right now. 8 years. And tell me how old you were 8 years ago. Well, 8 years ago, I was 30 years old, young man. Today, I am more than 38 years old man. Had 4 years to that. That would be how many years again? 42 years. Add another 4 years to that. That would make me 40 what? 46 years old. Now, that's how they steal your life. Steal everything. Then, what is that thing that is left for you to actually experience life, enjoy life before you even leave? If you're not thinking or reasoning that way, don't worry, you still have a long way to go. We'll make it easier for you at some point. So this part is where I'm going to open my line again. I want to talk to people, okay? So you can phone in. Yeah, you can call in and make a contribution. But before we do that, I'm going for a refill again. So when I get back, I'll take my call. So my friends, you can take a time to still like the video if you haven't. And if this is your first time of watching Mayegun's Diary Political, remember, you can still subscribe now. And when I get back, you can also dial, call in, and make a contribution. So I'll be back.
My name is Osinbajo. The reason why we're here today is to protest the killing of innocent women and children, and men for that matter, all over Nigeria, especially in the northern part of Nigeria. We are not happy. We are not pleased with what is happening. And that is why we're here today. As you can see, there are a lot of Nigerians who are protesting about the killing of families, people who are determined to tear the country apart violently, and it is not something that we support. It is not something that we would like to see continue, and we are here today to send a clear message to the Nigerian government through the High Commissioner that what is happening in the country is unacceptable, and we cannot accept